So Yuki Tsunoda and also Carlos Sainz, they must have had a coming together. That's it for qualifying. Charles Leclerc, whose crash in Monaco last time out brought an abrupt end to qualifying and saw him on pole, will see himself on pole for a second race running. This time it's not his crash, it's his teammate who's involved with Yuki Tsunoda. So we're...
Yes! 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 In the paddock, F1, Greeny and the cheese. That was David Croft's call on Sky Sports, courtesy of Formula1.com, as always. In the city of winds, Baku. In the land of fire, Azerbaijan. Ferrari's on pole. Back-to-back races. Are you serious? Am I dreaming? Michael, please pinch me. Is this for real?
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to pinch you. And this is definitely not deja vu. 2 races in a row, your ponies. This time it doesn't look as if, as we're sitting here about 3 a.m. Baku time, it doesn't look as if we're going to have any kind of, gearbox issues or any kind of issues. Obviously, nothing really happened besides pure Ferrari gold and a legitimate, or a slightly more legitimate pole than 2 weeks ago in the last race. So, pat yourself on the back twice. You still got to win a race, so let's get pole and win a race. Ferrari's still not favored to win tomorrow or tonight, as it may be. And here we are, another Ferrari pole. But a lot more. That's only a fraction of the story. That's only a fraction of what we might see tomorrow. Everyone is in love with the wall, apparently. We have some wallflowers here in the Formula One. But all in all, it's just another car in the wall there at turn 15. It was like so tempting, and you could see when you go inside some of the cars that did wipe out, mostly on turn 15. Making that left-hand turn, they were thinking about pulling out or pulling off the into that side lane there, and they didn't, and it was like that hesitation. And when you're cruising at 180 miles per hour and making a turn, you're going about 60 through that turn right there. Split-second decisions, and we had 3 drivers, 3 red flags, and early stoppages in the 3 of the last 4 qualifying rounds. But regardless, Charles Leclerc takes pole, Hamilton second, Max third, and Pierre Gasly round out the first 2 rows for Baku. Only a few hours away from now. Cheese, how you feeling?
Oh, I'm excited, man. I am excited. A little redemption for Charles Leclerc. If you do remember, the last time we were at Baku in 2019, Charles was the favorite to win pole and stuck it into the wall in the castle section. So a little redemption for Charles to get the pole here. Thank you to Lewis there for giving Charles the toe to give him that super hot lap. Maybe not even anybody was going to even challenge the lap because that was a really, really good lap. That was a really, really good time. But I'm stoked. Ferrari's on pole, back-to-back weeks. I can't believe it. Didn't see this one coming. I don't think anybody saw this one coming. I don't even think the team saw this one coming, to be honest. Super exciting. Do they have a chance to win the race? Yes. Do I think they're going to win the race? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in the next segment. We'll see where your money lies.
That will not be my pick in the later segment, but Max is still super fast. Super surprised with Lewis coming in second, since Mercedes was struggling all weekend long.
Yeah, you're really surprised Lewis came in second.
But we'll get to that in a couple seconds here.
Yeah, I mean,
surprises.
Yeah,
we'll
surprises. We'll talk about surprises.
But Ferrari is on pole. Ferrari is on pole. Back-to-back races. Get pumped. Might not have the car for the race, but one lap special. Throw it on pole. You can get on a podium, and that's what you want. You want to finish the podiums, get those points, finish in front of McLaren. That's the goal this year. That's the goal. But Ferrari's on pole.
Yeah, so let's get to it and let's talk about a little deeper into qualifying and what went down a few hours ago here in Baku when Q1, lots of surprises, lots of red flags, lots of craziness, lots of left turns that should have ended up in the wall. Jeez, I mean, seriously, what's going on here, Baku? Is this a sign of things to come? And what were your surprises from Q1?
15 is tricky. You're coming down the hill a little bit into that turn. There's a little bit of a bump. That's what's causing these guys to lock up a little bit with the right front. And then we try to turn the car with the right front locking up. The car ain't going to turn. So guys are struggling with that. It's it does happen. There's always been a struggle at that corner. That's why they do have the escape route or the access road there, so the drivers can turn off instead of slamming into the wall, because it is a road course and a little bit of mistake and you're in the concrete wall and you're in a big lot of trouble. It's just a tight course. It's concrete walls, a little mistake, you're in the wall. That's what happens when you're on a street course. It's going to happen. These guys are putting it on the edge. You're going to throw it in the wall.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. But what biggest surprise from Q1 was?
Lando's ridiculous move. One, not coming in the pits on the red flag, and then punching the gas. I mean, come on now. That's madness. Gets a 3-place grid penalty. He starts 9th instead of 6th, but that was just utter madness. Utter madness from Lando. Utter madness.
Yeah, that's probably an early entry for the SMD SFT award for tomorrow night, for all those who don't know. But yeah, man, again, like, what's with these guys just first of all accelerating through, but second of all, being on that white line as well. I mean, there was another violation. He had 2 violations at the same time. Couldn't be overlooked. Lost 3 places. Starting now in 6th, 7th, 9th. Oh, geez.
9th.
Not good.
He was 6th. Now he's 9th.
So yeah, Lando definitely surprising. Yeah, I mean the same thing with Lance Stroll. Same thing.
It was a nice little surprise there to see George get out of Q1 since they were throwing the car together, changing the power unit.
Yeah, he got lucky.
He only really got like one run out of it, especially with all the red flags and stuff, to just have one shot at it and throw it down and get it in there. That's pretty impressive from George. Saturday George.
Yeah, he got lucky, no doubt. Better to be lucky than good sometimes, as we all know. But yeah, Q1 was a wild Q1. You don't often say a wild Q1. But with the 2 red flags, gave Russell some time and give Russell a little muscle and a little more time to get in there and get off into Q2. So let's go into Q2. Let's see our biggest surprise and talk about that as well as we end in another red flag, another session. And geez, biggest surprise in Q2.
I got a couple here. We got Tsunoda making Q3. His first time. Very impressive. Ricciardo missing out. Surprise. Vettel missing out. Surprise. Ricciardo threw it in the wall. Surprise. Those are my surprises.
All right, wonderfully paced. All right, yeah. Another wild one. It was really, really amazing. And yeah, I really, really felt bad for Sebastian Vettel as he came in. He was pissed as hell. He really was coming in. I think I have an idea for a new award. And I know we all love awards here on the on the show here. And I got a nominee for the weekly Pissed as Hell Award. Because, drivers get a little upset out there sometimes. So I'm going to give it to the angriest driver of the week. Early nominee because, we'll count qualifying as well. Because people get pissed and qualifying as well. People get pissed in practice sometimes. That's for darn sure. So, Sebastian Vettel was pissed. I mean, once again, he felt he got screwed. There was like a minute plus to go, I believe, in the session in Q2 when they ended that. So, a lot of surprises, a lot of stuff going down in Q2. And we go into Q1 where...
Q3?
I'm sorry, Q3. I apologize. Where, things got very, very exciting.
Well, of course, Ferrari on pole. Big surprise. 2, Lewis coming in second. I really didn't see that with the Mercedes struggling all weekend. Got a little bit of a toe and got in a really nice lap there. Max coming in third. Bit of a surprise as well. That's actually a really big surprise. Max was the pole favorite, so for him to come in third, he does probably have the best car for the race tomorrow. The Red Bull was the fastest on the long runs on free practice 2, so race pace is probably in Red Bull's favor, but very surprising to see him in third. Valtteri in 10th. Shocking.
Yeah, I mean, when I once again, when I ask you for, your one surprise and you give me 7, it kind of puts me in a tough spot to give you any surprises of my own there, but it's all good. Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said. Again, a lot of surprises all the way up and down. Pretty much half the drivers in the field today surprised us one way or another. Again, lots of turn 15 issues. Turn 8 got some drivers tricked up today as well. It was a crazy qualifying, and it ended with a Ferrari pole. So, what better way to celebrate the end of a Saturday night than with a Ferrari pole?
You're darn right, sir. You're darn right.
Darn tootin'. Well, let's take a little bit of a break. We're going to be back in about 30 seconds or a minute or so here. We got Greenybucks. No more gambling. We're doing Greenybucks now for the land of Greentopia. We're going to see how much cheese has left in the bank. See how much I have left in the bank. We're going to lay down our bets for tomorrow's race. And you can check us out tomorrow night again. We'll get that show up Eastern Standard Time around 11 p.m. every single Sunday race night. We'll get that out to you. And yeah, Greeny the Cheese in the paddock, F1, back after this. What's up, everyone? Greeny from In the Paddock here. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Please let me explain. It's free. Okay, free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you for free, so it can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and many, many more. You can make money as well. Money with your podcast. No minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Now, with gambling, I'm never lucky. Well, last week at the track, I shut off the opening gun and they killed my horse.
We are back in the Paddock F1, Greeny and the Cheese, here with you, talking about the qualifying in Baku, Azerbaijan, by the Caspian Sea as the winds roll off the Caspian Sea, the largest populated city under sea level in the world, my friend. How about that? 3 million folks living in Azerbaijan, Baku.
That is correct, sir. You're correct, sir.
A little Jeopardy trivia there for you. What is Baku? When the question never arises. But we are not playing Jeopardy. We are playing Greenybucks. Greenybucks. And, looks like you're in a little bit of a lead, but we're 1 week in for a very long season here. Trying not to go broke. The picks are in. I was rethinking my entire life ever since we had our picks 2 weeks ago and what you said and what I had said in regards to, large bets and small bets and making things interesting. But you're up for a long battle, as I said, as I made the risk comparison last time. You are lining your troops up all out throughout, Northern Europe and coming over through Australia and really mounting yourself to position yourself across the world, where I'm just, sending all my troops in one area. And I might have to rethink my strategy this week. But first, cheese, are your picks in?
I'm ready. I am ready. It was a tough decision, but I have my picks. I will take 20 Greenybucks. Get out your notebook and jot this down.
I got my marble notebook.
You and your little boy Marvel notebook. Very, very nice. I'm taking 20 Greenybucks. I'm putting it on Max to win. We are going to take another 20 Greenybucks for the trifecta. Max 1, Lewis 2, Charles Leclerc in third. And the biggest mover of the week, I am going to go with 20 Greenybucks. And that'll be Lance Stroll. Will be the biggest mover.
I feel like a last minute switch for my picks. But I'm going to stick with what I have. Again, totally separate. We didn't speak about this beforehand, but for winning, I'm going to go confidently 50 Greenybucks on Max Verstappen. I've been thinking about this all day. You have Max as well. We did not talk about this beforehand. So that is Max for the 50 for the win. I'm going to go conservative, even more so. Not more so than you, but more so than me. I'm going to go 25 on my trifecta. Hamilton, Verstappen, Leclerc. 25 on that. Close to what you have as well. I think we're both thinking with our heads, and we really, are being maybe even conservative betting here. No one's really going out on a limb with that. And, I'm bouncing back and forth with my riser, but it's really hard to see anyone besides Lance Stroll really rise up. But I'm going to switch it up a little bit, and I'm going to go with Valtteri Bottas, the biggest riser this week, and I'm going to put 50 on that. Confidently 50.
Oh.
I think he can, if he puts himself into fourth, fifth, I think he could take it. And those are my picks. Nothing too crazy this week because you are coming out swinging, even though you have no wins so far, and I am 1 for 3 at a 33% win rate, which is a losing rate. That's where we're at, man.
I'm going to take this title. You know this to be true. You've already changed your ways after 1 week. You've been thinking about it for 2 weeks. You've been thinking about this. You've been stewing. You've been stewing over this for 2 weeks. I can see that face. I can see that face. You've been stewing over this for 2 weeks, thinking, I can't lose. I have to change. You already have to change your ways. I am in your head, son. I'm in your head.
I don't know about that. Listen.
I am in your head. 2 weeks. It took you one race. You were sitting there long. I'll be fine. Don't you worry about this. I know what I'm doing. I never lose. Don't you worry. I am the greatest bettor of all time. You're over there touting it, strutting your stuff, Mr. Peacock, walking around, strutting around. 1 week. Or 2 weeks, excuse me, because there was 2 weeks between races. You've already changed your ways. You've been stewing on this when you looked at the numbers and you see where you're at. You've been stewing in your mind, already changing your ways. One race it took. One race.
First of all, this is not traditional gambling. This is a war, my friend. This is not like... This is not just laying down bets. This is strategy. This is more of a game than anything else. It's more of a game that I'm losing right now. So because I'm losing the game, I took a step back and redid my strategy. You're continuing to maintain your strategy of 60 Greenybucks per week, and I went from 250, which was so I bet 25% of my stack, and you bet 8% of your stack. Right, so that's where we left it last week, or less than like 8%, like almost 5% of your stack, 6%, something like that. So it's a big difference. I'm betting 4 times more than you're betting, so I have to come down in the middle a little bit. So now I'm betting, almost. I'm betting like twice what you're betting. Yeah, you're betting 60. I'm betting 125. So coming down a little more to earth, where I'm not sending all my troops out to battle here and spreading myself too thin for later on in the battle, just in case.
You're getting flanked, my friend.
The chances.
You're getting flanked, my friend. You got to watch out for the left flank.
I'm not getting flanked yet. I'm just preventing myself in the future. I'm looking at 5 moves in the future, and you might start changing your strategy. You might go aggressive next time and try to take a big win down. But if I took a big chunk down first time out, like a boxing match, guys come out swinging, right? And then like by the 4th round, you watch these heavyweights, fat slobs, are hugging each other down, for 8 more rounds because they're coming out swinging.
I got my strategy.
You're dancing like a butterfly, so I gotta keep up. That's all.
Got a strategy. We have the front.
Just keep swinging.
We have the front set up. Nobody's in retreat. Nobody's getting outflanked. We're doing just fine over here.
Yeah, well,
we play the long game. We don't play the short game. We play the long game, son.
I didn't think it was a bad idea that I tried to build my stack, and the only thing was that I was so certain Max was going to win at Monaco, and that was the tough part, and that was even before Leclerc. But I was so confident in Max that it was really hard to not bet with Max, and I lost my other 2 bets. It happened.
I'm in your head.
It happened.
I'm in your head. Strategy change after 1 week.
No.
1 race. I'm in your head.
Not in my head. Not in my head. Shifting strategy, not changing strategy. It takes a real man to change strategy. You're going to go down with your ship at 20 week. You're going to lose every bet, and you're going to slowly sink. And I am going to rise like a phoenix when the time comes. I'm still betting twice as much as you. All right? Well, so we'll see what happens. This is a game. This is a long game. You're talking smack like in the first inning of a 9-inning game here. Talking smack. Look at the scoreboard. We'll see about that. All right. Listen.
I always beat you anyway. So what does it matter?
I don't know about always. That's a strong term. But anyway, listen. Follow us. Check us out on Spotify. That probably gives us the best sound. We're also on Google, so you can check us out on Google if you're not checking us out already. So hit that follow button and follow every single episode so you can check us out every single time the qualifying is done and every single time a race is done. because that's where you want to be, listening to Greeny and the Cheese, F1 in the paddock. That's where you want to be.
We'll see you tomorrow night after the race in the city of winds, in the land of fire, Baku, Azerbaijan.
By the Caspian Sea, my friend. See you tomorrow by the Caspian Sea. Peace.
Peace.